Hello. Good evening, folkaroonies, and welcome to Hiveswap Friendsim. So, welcome, Sneak Cat. You read too many fanfics for your own good. Oh dear. Okay, let me. I have to use the display capture again because for some reason, I still can't get game capture mode to work with Hiveswap, even though I did have to uninstall and reinstall it to fix a glitch wherein some sprites were not showing up. It was confirmed by David Turnbull, the UI designer, that those sprites were indeed supposed to be there. So, yeah, I'm just trying to fix one last setting that I just realized that I could possibly use. Let me see. Yay! Haha, I did a cool thing. Oh, that's not the button I intended to press. There we go. Alrighty. You have no idea who to vote for? I don't know. If I turn on display capture, you're just gonna see. Yep, there's OBS. And here's the game. Yay! So it's still not technically in full screen mode, but it looks like it is almost in full screen mode, so I'm gonna take it. Alright. So this was supposed to be tomorrow, and I'm very sorry that I had to switch it at the last minute, but I would not be able to do this stream if I did not switch it at the last minute, because the summer camp that I was going to work for when I was going to fly out next Wednesday, well, surprise, surprise, one of their interns had to go home early because of health reasons, and they were like, hey, we need people. Can you please come early? Because I did that job last year, so I know how it goes. I did the summer intern last year. Summer internship. Language. I digress. So I'm actually getting on a plane on the 26th. Surprise! Yeah. So if I did not do the stream today, I would not be able to stream at all. And also that means that this weekend's streams are canceled. Very sorry, folks. But, yeah, that's just how things have worked out. I'm excited. I'm super excited to get up there. I mean, you know, I've been itching to anyway, just with camp getting closer and closer. It's like, oh my god, can I just be there already? Well, hey, I actually get to do that. I love this camp so much. I'm very passionate about it, and I'm really excited to see all of my friends and coworkers that I haven't seen since last year. I understand why it was so short notice, but oh my god, I'm panicking. I was going to say something else on the end of that sentence, but I'm just going to leave it there. Because I only have less than 36 hours to get my fucking shit together, basically. So, yeah. Technically, I should be working on programming and writing my packing list right now. But I really wanted to get at least one more in here, especially because it's a Friendsim week. Won't be able to procrastinate your essay now. Nuh-uh. Don't procrastinate. Don't be me, kids. Okay? I procrastinate too, but please, I implore you. Not a good idea. I'm sure you're aware of that, and that you can't stop no matter how much you would like to, because that's generally how it is with everyone who procrastinates. However, I'm just gonna still toss that out there. That it's not great. Yes. So that's that situation. Sincerely sorry for the last minute switch, but that's what's up. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's about time to hop on in to the Friendsim. And this week, it is Tyzias and Chixie. Another night, another ramble. A classic song comes back to you as you continue on your way. Some of that good old earth wisdom about a specific kind of footwear being made for walking. You wish you had that kind of footwear right now, in this current chapter of your life. Or any footwear, for that matter. You've definitely learned your lesson about getting overexcited at the prospect of new friends. And running out of nothing but a bathrobe. Oh, who are you kidding? Maybe not in that particular bathrobe way, but chances are high that wasn't the last time you'll fly off in the buoyant afterglow of an intense friendgasm. That's a bad word. I don't like that word. Okay, so here's our two choices: Tyzias and Chixie. See, cat. You gotta vote. I will watch the screen to see when we catch up, but if you don't have a vote, then we're going with Tyzias, because Aleph already proactively voted for Tyzias, and also Tyzias was my favorite out of these two. Chixie is cute. Chixie is very adorable. And we have the same sign, which I was very happy to find out that she was, like, a great peep. Are you saying that your vote is for Chixie, then? Because if your vote is for Chixie, then that means we have a tie, and I'll break the tie by saying that since Aleph isn't here, then we'll do Chixie first. Okay. Sorry, Aleph. Tiebreakers decided by the fact that if you are watching this in a video right now, then you can skip ahead if you want to see Tyzias first. Okay, Chixie, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that fucking last name. I have no clue. Oh, my earbuds are not plugged in, so that's going to give weird feedback. That window pops up every time I plug in my earbuds, and it's very stupid. But yes, this song is super fucking gorgeous, and also brand spanking new. Both of the songs for the Friendsim, usually at least one of them is off of one of the old Homestuck albums. These ones are both new compositions, and they're very good. Okay. Here we go. Your point is, you need a wardrobe change. You should have asked Elwood for one of her rad leather jackets. You could really make one of those work. Geez, this is kind of a crummy neighborhood. And there you go again, making snap judgments. Get a little alien culture into you and suddenly you're an expert. Looks like you found the Alternian nightlife. Well, technically all life here is nightlife. If people are nocturnal here, shouldn't nightclubs be called day clubs? Maybe the lure of dancing and getting smashed with strangers is not enough to get people to brave the blistering sun. You doubt you'd brave a stiff breeze for it. You aren't much of a partier. But recently you are all about new experiences. You'll try anything once. A long line of people snakes along the side of a building. It doesn't appear to be moving. The club must not be open yet. You consider getting in the line, but there are so many people here. You really are more of a one-on-one friendship type. You go around the back instead, to your old friend, the back alley, and the dumpster. Distantly, you hear music. It comes on every few seconds and then drops off. Maybe a sound check. Oh god. I think I have to... It's supposed to be her, like, practicing her vocal things or something. Okay. You hear something else. A musical sigh comes from up ahead. You turn... That was supposed to be my attempt at... I forgot that was supposed to be a little bit softer. It's all good, though. I kind of have a feeling for how I want to read Chixie, but we'll just see how it goes. Actually, I'm gonna have some water. I have a mug today. A musical sigh comes from up ahead. You turn a corner to find a girl standing alone outside a back entrance. A heavy door is propped open with a chunk of concrete, like someone had gouged it out of the street. The girl has on a sweater dress and leg warmers, a bronze sign splashed across her chest. You wonder if you should consider painting a sign on your own clothes, just to make yourself seem more normal. Yeah, no. Probably no point. You'd also need to paint yourself gray and find a pair of fake horns. Who would do something like that? Sounds like a huge pain with absolutely no benefits. Snaps for that little stab at the fucking cosplayers. Goddamn. Oh, reminded you of a husky. Ooh, interesting. But they're just like, who would do that? Who would paint themselves? What the fuck? Oh my. The girl hasn't noticed you yet. She is staring at her feet and sighing. Also, she's making weird little whoops and clicking noises, or singing a few bars of wordless notes, starting low, then climbing up high. Wow, it sounds pretty good. The enclosed space between the alley walls makes it seem like it's coming from all directions. Maybe you should just leave. She looks busy. But then another troll sticks their head around the open door, shooting the girl an unkind look and kicking the cement block doorstop away. Oh, heck. Oh, heck, seriously? There's really only one reason you would prop open a door. Right, as usual, I got a specific path in mind. I was thinking of experimenting with them, but I think I'm gonna wait. If I want to do that, I'm gonna wait to do that until when I get back from camp, so that I have, more time to actually do things closer together and think about them. Okay. Here we go. Let's be courteous. Let's be courteous and friendly. Grab the door before it can close. Displaying the dexterity of someone far healthier and far less dressed in a slinky bathrobe, you grab the door before it can slam closed. The bronze blood girl's attention snaps up and she breaks off mid-note. She takes in the misplaced concrete and you holding the door. Oh, thanks for catching that. I would have had to go all the way around to the front. It must have been the wind. Just what sort of wind do they have here that could pick up a chunk of rock the size of a turtle? Unless wind is urban slang for some rude douchebag. She gives you a quick little smile and darts through the door, letting it close behind her with a solid click. Yep. Locked. The brief gleaming flare of friendship you felt when she smiled at you in earnest thanks stutters and dies. You really had a moment there, but now she's inside and you're out here, where you will never reap the fruit of glorious friendship you planted with that act of kindness. Jeez, what's the point of doing something nice if you don't get any credit for it? Okay, game over. Let's try that one again. You gotta scroll pretty far now. Oh my god, there's so many of them. I am so excited. And they just keep getting better. Okay. Stand there like an asshole. Sounds like a Vriska thing to say. True. Like the witness to a disastrous car accident, you stand there and watch as the girl notices the door closing and lets out a squeak, jumping for the handle. She misses it and smacks her knee against the metal frame. Ouch! Damn it. She has a soft, musical voice, even when she's swearing. This is my attempt at a soft, musical voice. I'm trying here, folks. You ask if she's okay. She stops rubbing at her knee and looks up at you. You are quite a bit taller than her, but she looks older than some of the other trolls you've hung out with. No worries. Well, at least not about my leg. If you want something to worry about, I'm sure I can come up with ideas, without much trouble. Oh, sweetie. You assure her that you've had plenty to worry about recently, though you appreciate the offer. She gives a fruitless tug on the back door. She knocks. Nobody comes. She knocks again. Still nothing. You tell her that someone kicked her doorstop out of the way. She looks disappointed, but not surprised. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to go back around to the front. Could be worse. Would you care to join me? Oh my god, you thought she'd never ask. This is working out perfectly. You are so glad she got locked out back here with you and the rest of the garbage. That was a little bit of that's a self-burn. Okay. Oh god, I forgot they make you pronounce her last name. I have no fucking clue how that's... Ah, jeez. Roixer? I'm gonna go with Roixer, even though I'm leaving out a letter. It's a silent letter. It looks kind of French. The French words have all sorts of fucking silent letters. That's fine. I'm Chixie Roixer. Although I'm sure you already knew that. I don't think you're an idiot or anything. You know, meet and greets are usually after the show, but you seem nice. Oh, whoops, I went too far. You aren't sure how she figures that, since all you've done is stand around. It's true, though, so you don't protest. That's a typo. That says thought. That should say, though. Yeah, like Roixmer or something like that was kind of my first impression too, but like that just doesn't roll off the tongue, you know? Roixmer. Wah. Okay, getting distracted. Back to the story. You are nice. Super nice. You might be the nicest son of a bitch on this whole dang planet. You ask her if she's performing here tonight. Of course. Why else would I be warming up in a dirty back alley? You tell her you've seen people do far weirder things. She laughs. You aren't wrong. People around here will do anything for attention nowadays. For instance, you are walking around in an ablution robe. You cough delicately. True. Very true. She's got you there. If you come inside with me, I can give you an autograph. I don't have anything to write with back here. Chixie seems to think that you are a fan who managed to get past security to accost her in person. She doesn't seem too upset, though. More like... delighted. Whoop, 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 whoop. You think back many friends ago to when Sarava told you it was dangerous for lowbloods to get popular. You wonder if Chixie trusts you because she thinks you are also a lowblood. Or maybe she's just not that popular. You follow her back to the front of the club, past the line of trolls waiting to get inside. A guy whistles at her and she gives him a flirty little wave along with a flat smile. A customer service smile. She shows the bouncer something on her palm husk and he lifts up the velvet rope. They're with me. They're my +1. Wow, you've never been anybody's +1 before. A bunch of people in line look annoyed, but Chixie ignores them. You follow her, tripping a little on the hem of your robe. Be careful, huh? You wouldn't want to twist an ankle. Chixie speaks with a lilt, like a character in a musical getting ready to burst into song. You hope you aren't supposed to participate if she does. You're a little too busted for impromptu dance numbers, and you're also liable to flash someone in this robe. You hear music and chatter from down the hall, but Chixie pulls you in another direction, towards the dressing rooms. You pass several closed doors, stopping in front of one that seems to be in the process of being cleared out. A bunch of shit is spilling out into the hall, clothes trailing out of suitcases. A microphone cord seems to be slithering slowly among the detritus. Charming. God, I can't believe that I can't do anything without someone messing around, knocking me out. And now this! Who did this? I am seriously out for blood tonight. Looks like someone commandeered her dressing room while she was out, as well as tossed all her shit out into the hall. I have to deal with this. I'll be right back. You can borrow some clothes, if you want. In fact, I insist. Ooh. She leaves you in the cramped little room. It's dark in the hall, but everywhere in Alternia is kept darker than is comfortable for you. You're getting used to it, though. You imagine humans used to have to deal with this all the time back before electricity, provided they didn't die immediately of, like, dysentery. You flick on the outline of white bulbs around the mirror. Oh, wow. Even in the soft, flattering light, you look like an A-grade free-range disaster. Tagora's expensive rainbow drinker serum has rubbed off, and now you're mostly just dusty. You wade through a couple of Chixie suitcases, but everything here is too small for you. There's a couple sweater dresses and a hoodie that might fit, but without a pair of pants, that's gonna get real scandalous real fast. And she's just like, please, here's some good clothes. Actually get dressed, thanks. Real scandalous real fast. Okay. The only thing you find that works in the whole damn dressing room is a floaty purple dress hanging off the back of the door. Or hanging on the back of the door. Definitely not your style. You would never wear anything like this at home. More MSPA lore. MSPA reader lore. I swear on my fucking life, okay? One of the things I'm gonna do when I get back in September, I'm gonna go through all of the friend sims and write down bullet points of all the MSPA reader lore that can be gathered from all of the friend sims. But fuck it. Roll with the punches, right? And not just in violence ways. Fashion ways. You give a little experimental twirl in front of the mirror. You aren't gonna break any hearts, but you'll do. You actually kind of dig it. You are busy admiring yourself when Chixie comes back. She sniffles sharply and there are tear tracks down her face, but she isn't crying anymore. In fact, she looks mad as hell. Oh, damn. Is she mad at you? Did you manage to fuck something up without even being there? You've got mad fuck-up skills. I got bumped. They kicked me off the lineup. I was supposed to be opening, but some new band came in and they have a purple blood drummer, so the club owner let them take my place. Of course. This is how it always goes. God, she looks so sad. Time to break out your finely tuned comforting muscles. But before you can get those guns out, someone oozes up to the two of you. Someone you recognize. Fucking brace yourself. Brace yourselves. Oh, incredible. Miss Wummer. I'm just gonna muddle her last name every time because fuck pronunciation. That reaction though. Yeah, precisely. Good God. See, the glitch that I had to uninstall and reinstall for was that his sprite did not show up at all. Like that, but unfortunately the text was still there, so you know. And there was some sprites that weren't showing up in the other path also, so I had to uninstall and reinstall the game to fix that. But thought we were done with this fucker. Oh, you fucking wish. I fucking wished it too, but nope. He's gotta be here. We have to secure the reference because he mentioned Chixie in his path. Ugh. What are the odds? It must be fate. Well, you chirped that you were coming to the show, so I guess the odds were pretty good. Zebra doesn't let this dim his sparkle. He isn't the type of guy to let facts get in the way. He hasn't even noticed you. He's too busy kissing the back of Chixie's hand. Ugh. Looking good, baby. Ew, I'm gonna wash my mouth out with soap now. I'm kind of a mess. I've been crying. Well, crying looks good on you. It's so fucking weird. Zebra finally glances your way and does an extremely exaggerated double take. Wow. Damn. I didn't even recognize you. You clean up really nice, you know? You haven't cleaned up at all, really. You haven't bathed since Tagora's fancy ablution trap. All you've done is put on a slinky dress. It's not like you aren't happy to see Zebra. You are. He's one of your many success stories. It's just, you know, the kind of friend you want to think back on fondly from time to time, remembering all the good times. Yeah, not necessarily the kind you want to hang out with, or have hang all over you, like he's doing right now. Fuck off! Chixie looks at his arm around your shoulder and seems momentarily annoyed. Then her expression skips a couple tracks and hits back on neutral. So you've met. Where? Online? In a forum? Can I join? Not in a forum. Unless you're talking about the forum of life. Good God. What a fake deep shitheel. He winks. Because of course he does. Ugh. Fate just keeps bringing us together, doesn't it? Just like you and me, Chixie baby. Ugh. Chixie laughs. Now that she's gotten over her surprise, her entire demeanor has changed. Her body language has relaxed and she keeps biting her lip. She looks like an actor demonstrating bashful on command. Zebra is eating it up. It was really nice of you to post about my EP on your blog. I got a lot of listens from that. Babe, have I ever told you that I think you're so strong? Seriously, low-blood girls are so strong. That's like, none of that was even on topic. God. Chixie laughs again. It sounds painful. Oh, sweetheart. Maybe once or twice. I love your new stuff. That one song, Poisonous Moon or whatever. Typo, that should be a capitalized I at the beginning of the sentence. Bloody Sun. Right, yeah, exactly. Real good stuff, sweetheart. Can't wait to hear more tonight. Oh, right. He doesn't know that Chixie got bumped. Chixie meets your eyes. She seems to be trying to communicate something entirely using her eyebrows. Well, honesty is the best policy, right? Tell Zebra that Chixie isn't going to get to perform. Oh my god. Your face. Oh, sweetheart. Oh. You tell Zebra about the higher caste trolls coming in and taking Chixie's place. She starts making frantic motions behind Zebra's back and shaking her head, but immediately stops when he turns to look at her. That true, babe? It's not a big deal. This sort of stuff happens in the business all the time, or so people tell me. Don't worry about it. No, I am worried. I always worry about lowbloods in terrible positions who can't help themselves at all. I know, that face is so perfect. Amber Craig. The art for this is Amber Craig. If memory serves me correctly. I'll take care of it for you. You really don't have to. Zebra touches her arm for way longer than is necessary. It's more of a shoulder rub than a pat. Chixie seems to be trying very hard not to shrug him off. Her smile belongs on a Halloween mask, a rictus grin. The two of you watch him swagger off back toward the front of the hall. Chixie lets out a breath. I wish you hadn't done that. He's got a really popular music blog, and he's in Indigo, so I have to be polite. One bad review from him and it's over for my career. But I try to interact with him as little as possible. You hadn't realized that Zebra was a musician. Oh, he's not. He just reviews albums and shows, stuff like that. He makes a lot of reposts, but he's got a ton of followers. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to be noticed, but he's just a little pushy. And I don't have time in my life right now for quadrants, you know what I mean? You do. You so do. Does Zebra try that? Does Zebra try what he tried with you on every low blood he meets? You aren't sure if that makes you feel worse or better. Chixie talks about him like he's a natural disaster, a tornado that she has to avoid to keep from getting torn apart. Like it's just an inevitability that people would treat her like she owed them something. I don't want to seem ungrateful. You tell her that she doesn't seem ungrateful. From where you're standing, she doesn't seem to be doing anything wrong. She sighs, blowing a piece of hair out of her eyes. Too bad doing everything right doesn't automatically mean things will go your way. When Zebra comes back, such little time has passed that you don't think he could possibly have done anything. He shows you and Chixie all his teeth. I got it all fixed up for you. You go on tonight. In fact, you're headlining. You're welcome. Chixie's mouth drops open. What? How? I get to do anything I want in my own club. Wait. What? I bought it from the owner. He's just a teal. Seriously, business ownership? A little ambitious for a mid-blood, isn't it? See, he's doing all this to be like, ooh, poor low-blood can't do anything to help herself in this poor situation. But in the meantime, he sees this fucking teal blood, and he's like, ooh, business ownership? A teal blood? That's ambitious. Shove it where the sun don't fucking shine, you shitheel. I convinced him that it would just be easier for him and everybody else if a high blood took over. I've been meaning to get into the club scene anyway. Now you'll always have somewhere to perform. Provided you do everything I say all the time. He grins to show that's just a joke, but there's also something in his smile that you really, really don't like. You regret asking for his help. So does Chixie, apparently. She gets right in your face. Nice work. Now I owe him even more than before. This is the only club around here that will let low-blood solo acts perform. You can find your own way out, can't you? Game over. Basically just made Chixie Zebra's indentured slave. Big yikes. Also, noticing MSPA reader in the corner with the very deep plunge in the shirt and the fancy little hat, like in that look. Not like in the look of Zebra staring at Chixie on the stage, or those sad little eyebrows. Oh god, Chixie. Okay. Help her! I know! Okay, let's load from... See? My loading screen doesn't have Zebra's sprite in it where it should be. I could have overwritten that, but I decided to keep it for posterity to show the game glitch before the update, or before I reinstalled it. Anyway, see, he's supposed to be there. Okay, let's do the right thing and just mind our own damn business. You follow Chixie's lead and don't say anything. Zebra will find out pretty soon anyway when the show starts and Chixie doesn't get on stage. He takes off, saying he's gonna go get a spot in the pit. There is no pit here. This fucking loser is just like, yeah, I'm gonna get in the pit. There's no fucking pit, you idiot. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a sip of water. 1 second. Okay. Her earnest, polite look drops as soon as Zebra's out of sight. She's letting you see all the bits of herself that she has to hide from other people. You wonder if it's because you don't matter that much, or because she can sense your trustworthy nature. You are natural optimist. You are a natural optimist. There's a missing letter there. You are a natural optimist when it comes to friendship, so you decide to believe in the latter. Come on, I want to get a good look at the jerks who took my stage from me, so I can talk about them on my vent chitter. You can follow it if you want. Only like 4 people do. It's not like anybody cares about my problems anyway. You risk an encouraging pat between her shoulder blades. She sniffs and wipes her nose. At least I have you, my one non-creepy fan. At least I think you aren't creepy. I guess I don't know you that well. You assure her that you aren't creepy. At least not as creepy as that guy. Chixie starts to respond, but then breaks off. Her voice sticks in her throat like she's swallowed a bug. Oh, wait. They actually eat bugs here. Like she swallowed a live bug. Actually, they might eat live bugs. Well, fuck. Simile cancelled. Anyway, Chixie stops talking and you realize it's because she's listening instead. The first band is on, and going from Chixie's expression, this must be the band that scooped her. I can't believe it. I can't. She takes off. You aren't sure if you were supposed to follow, but she swoops back in and grabs your hand to drag you along behind her. You go past the club entrance and up a staircase, emerging in a tiny backstage area. Chixie stops just outside the stage lights. The band on stage is 4 trolls, mixed caste, judging from their clothes. Although you suppose they don't have to wear the clothes. Although you suppose they don't have to wear the clothes the color of their blood, though most trolls seem to. Law or tradition? Both are dangerous to break. Ayo. That's my song! They didn't just steal my set. They stole my set list! Her cheeks flush a ruddy brown and she shakes with rage. She begins singing along with them. Twist and pull, breathe the terror of life on hell, spines and gore forevermore on this nightmare island spell. Eris above, blight below. I'm knocking on your hive's front door. Love me, please, I abhor. It has a kind of twangy country feel to it, except it's about murder. Or maybe love? You can't tell. It just doesn't really fit the band on stage's vibe. It doesn't really fit Chixie's either, but then again, you haven't seen her perform. Maybe she's really different when she gets in a spotlight. She's crying now, tears streaming down her face as she sings. Oh, it's all over. Nobody's gonna believe I wrote this music. Some little dirt-blood country girl. You remember what Sarava told you about Highbloods stealing their music and acting like they wrote it. God, that's so unfair. Okay, once in a lifetime opportunity, I am going to let chat choose which option. I know, poor Chixie, but y'all get to choose. Once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm giving it up to y'all. What would you like to do? Given these 2 options, I'm gonna have some water while you think. Alright, you're gonna say, where's the bar? Alright. That sucks. Where's the bar? Chixie looks up at you like she's only just remembered she has a physical body and not simply an amorphous blob of pure sadness. There's a cluster of bottles on a nearby amp. God, more Faygo. Of all the brands that could cross galaxies, of course it had to be Faygo. Chixie grabs what looks like a liquor bottle. Right here, come on. Not even my vent chitter is enough for this. Back in the dressing room, Chixie upends several suitcases onto the floor, mixing her stuff with the other performers. Her give-a-shit-o-meter is down in the red, apparently. She flops down in the pile she's made and takes a huge gulp out of the bottle. Wow, have some. It's awful. Encouraging. Come on, it's gross, but it won't kill you. You wish people would stop promising you that. So far it's been true, but you still don't trust it. She takes another drink and hiccups, then holds the bottle out for you. Great. Peer pressure. Lying on a pile of sweaters with a distraught vocalist and getting wasted is exactly what you wanted to do with your evening. Chixie gives the bottle a shake. I know, right? She's like, this is awful, taste it. But like, isn't that just how it be sometimes? I don't even I wish I could remember whose story this was. Oh, that's right. It was from Welcome to Night Vale. Because I've been listening to the Good Morning Night Vale podcast where they do like, they're starting to like recaps, listening to the shows, recapping, talking about the past shows. They were talking about when they were on tour in, I think it was Australia. They went to this candy store and bought a bunch of different candies to try, like Australian candies, and I think it was Hal Lublin, who was the voice of Steve Carlsberg, and Symphony Sanders, who is the voice of, oh my god, why can I not remember names? I haven't listened to those, and I should probably get caught up on those. Tamika Flynn, who's the voice of Tamika Flynn. The two of them are walking down the street, and Hal was just like trying these candies, being like, wow, this is so bad, here, eat one. And that they just walked down the street repeating the process of Hal trying a new candy, being like, that's fucking horrible, here, you have one. And then Symphony trying one and being like, wow, that is disgusting. Because that's true though, that's just how it'd be. But anyway. Alright. Oh well, you sucked smoke out of a bug's ass and you're still here. You drop down on the sweaters beside her. Chixie is dramatic, but you are disappointed to discover that she was not being dramatic about this. It is awful. Right? Have some more. You do. God, that's bad. Chixie is getting a lot tipsier than you. She's drinking faster and she's smaller than you are. Not that you know shit about troll physiology. Come on, let's commiserate. It's hard, you know? You nod. Boy, do you know. The music business, I mean. Especially when you're starting out. You have to be visible, but you also can't look like you're showing off. You have to pretend you don't like attention or fame, even if you do. But sometimes you have to pretend you do like it, even if you don't. If you're a low blood, you have to watch everything you do, all the time. If you're a high blood, you can do anything and everybody thinks it's awesome, no matter what. Show business sucks. You want to mention that she's the one who decided to go into it in the first place, but that would be unkind. Nobody here seems to have a job or go to school either. They all just have intensely obsessive hobbies, like painting or music or meat. Instead, you tell her that you're sure she'll write more songs. Sure, and I'll just steal those too. You tell her you are sure that's not true. Chixie attempts to put a finger up to your lips, but gets it halfway up your nose instead. Shh. Complaining time. Not helpful advice time. Oh, dang. You can definitely get behind that. because you've got some complaints. You take another swig and it burns all the way down. You tell Chixie all about crash landing on a strange alien planet, the broken limbs and the hard times and the bad wardrobe choices. You skirt around all the amazing friends you made, though. You don't want her to experience friend envy. Halfway through your harrowing story, you hear something. You're snoring. Chixie is passed out, drooling on your dress. Better than puking. Do trolls puke? Oh well. This isn't a vow of undying friendship, but it's not friendly? Victory? So it's like a mostly victory? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Yes. Okay, let's try the other route. So that's a victory. Because we've had questionable victories before that counted as a victory. That's a victory. Now let's see what happens if we go the other way. You should do something. Yeah. Chixie clenches her fist. Yeah! She reaches into a snarled mess of equipment and comes back with a microphone that only looks a little bit squirmy. Then she walks over to a costume rack and pulls down a mask. It's plain white, like the Phantom of the Opera's mask, jarringly stark against the gaudy, organic styles of most everything else on Alternia. She waits for a dip in the volume of the song, and she gets one right after the bridge. Then she switches them on the microphone and takes a huge breath. Shut the fuck up! Wow, that was not great. I'm trying to be quiet because I also don't want to yell swear words in my own house. Shut the fuck up! That was also not great. I don't have the space in my house to yell like that though. Like I don't know, I gotta do something about that. The shout reverberates around the club. The sound of the crowd dips, then falls off almost entirely. The band staggers to a slow, rattling stop. Nobody seems to know what's going on. Oh, hell. This isn't what you meant. You meant, like, egg their tour bus or trash them online. Chixie steps into the light, and a murmur goes through the crowd. The band singer lowers her microphone. She is in a short blue dress with long, vicious claws painted red. You aren't up on all the trends, but you're pretty sure that red is edgy. Candy red? Absolutely. Chixie covers her microphone and says something to the band. The cerulean stares at her for a few seconds before letting out a cascading spray of laughter. Sure, honey, okay. Condescending and sweet, like Chixie is a toddler who happened to wander on stage. She points finger guns at the guy on the soundboard. Razzer, give the lady a beat. Oh. Oh god. You know what this is. You see Chixie's face framed by the lights, focused and intent, all simpering gone. You like that? I wrote it. You hit that? I own it. Coming in hot, trying to steal my spot. Oh lord, is that a limerick? Just grab my bulge and deep-throat it. A dirty limerick. Holy shit, she's really doing this thing. A rap battle. Jesus. The cerulean girl spits some stuff back. It's kind of basic, just general insults about Chixie's blood color and her lyrics being stale. Considering she stole Chixie's song, that doesn't really fly. So I just looked down at chat and I was like, oh my god, Sneak Cat. Yep. The crowd doesn't know that, though. They're eating it up. They probably think it's all part of the show, some fiery little lowblood coming out on stage to shake things up. Paint your claws red, paint your mouth brown, acting like you know what it's like down here on the ground. The crowd whoops. This might be a high-blood-owned club, but there's definitely a lot of low-bloods in the crowd. But it's imitation, I got no expectation. This is your final station. You aren't gonna hit higher than this collaboration. You aren't, like, a rap expert or anything, but you can definitely tell that Chixie isn't either. She gets breathless toward the end of lines and hits some words strangely, but the crowd is really feeling her. So I'm not great at rapping, but I was also low-key not trying to be great at rapping on purpose because I knew that it describes her as not being fantastic, and I was like, that works for me. That works for me very well. Definitely more than they're feeling the cerulean. Chixie's voice picks up speed and power as she gains confidence, drawing energy off the crowd. You realize you're leaning forward too, making sure you catch every word. She goes through a whole list of the band's shortcomings, including their fashion sense, their talent level, and their interpersonal clusterfuck. They are apparently a pretty well-known group online. She throws in some stuff about them stealing her music, and the crowd oohs like this is a middle school cafeteria. So kill me, call the drones. It won't change a bit of what they all know. When you're a thief, what do you expect? I bet you're all square. Hey, show some respect. Chixie drops the mic. The room erupts. Holy shit. That was awesome. She just came up with all of that on the fly. The cerulean looks furious, and another troll runs onto the stage to try and get the crowd under control. They're all chanting, "Mask, mask, mask." Chixie runs back off stage, chucking both the mask and the microphone back where she found them. Oh my god, the look of terror. Oh, sweetheart. She grabs you and you run all the way back out to the alley where you met, letting the door close behind you. Guess you're done with that club. Chixie's eyes are round and shell-shocked. I just did that. Yeah, she really did. I just told a bunch of high-bloods to eat my bulge. You don't know what a bulge is, but yep. Fuck. They liked me, didn't they? They were cheering for me. You say, yeah, you're pretty sure they were. Holy shit, I'm going to be called. Did you hear all that stuff I said? You can't just say stuff like that. You remind her that she was wearing a mask when she did it. But her fucking symbols on her shirt. I digress. Oh, right. Nobody will know who I am. I'm safe. Oh, but that means nobody will know it was me. You aren't quite following. I'm not gonna get any credit at all. God, why does everything in my life have to be so metaphorically resonant? Oh dear. Oh girl, you feel that. You def know what that's like. Hey, that was pretty dope. Both of you jump about a foot in the air. A low blood in a hoodie with a pair of sunglasses slouches against the brick beside the back door. Either you are seriously impaired today, or he is seriously good at sneaking. You got any stuff online? He asks Chixie. She gapes at him. But I was wearing a mask. How did you know? Well, you're standing right outside the door, and you're wearing the same clothes you did on stage, so... Oh, right. Clever of you. Don't worry about it. Plausible deniability, right? Catch you later. He slinks off, one hand raised in a casual, cool guy farewell. Oh, is that wait a minute for what I think it is? Are you catching on to who Mr. with the glasses at the back door could possibly be? See, you tell Chixie? Some people will figure out who you are, possibly just randos outside of clubs, but still, she can do this. She can make her dreams come true. You're totally right. I so can. I guess all hope isn't lost. At least not until another insurmountable obstacle comes along. Thanks for, well, everything. I would have never gone out there if not for you. She hesitates for a second, then goes in for a slightly damp hug. Sorry. Stage lights and terror. Makes me sweat. Victory! So this one ended in 2 victory routes. The first one was kind of questionable. However, 2 victories! No failures with Chixie! Yay! That's a first. And she's also the second one to have 4 endings instead of 3. Okay, so the fan theory is that Mr. beside the door with the glasses is Damek. Because he's also into the revolutionary low blood music scene. Or, well, he's into the revolutionary music scene, although this wasn't a revolutionary music scene event. But he is also into the low blood music scene, right? Damek with the sunglasses and the hoodie? Yeah, see? It didn't click with me either until I literally read it online. But still, Damek. You weren't thinking? I was not thinking about him either, honestly. But, well, here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me about that theory, is that this Hiveswap Friendsim are supposed to take place between Act 1 and Act 2, so how the fuck was Damek there? But it also makes a lot of sense for that to be Damek. I don't know. Timeline stuff and what's canon and what's not in this fucking universe is all over the damn place, because they have the... because Trace Excalibur was just like, every route is canon, like, that's just how it is. But that doesn't make any fucking sense when they're trying to build a continuing narrative. You feel like they're trying to build a very specific continuing narrative where the stories are building back on each other and referencing the old ones, right? I think it's a silly decision. Anyway, so that's the end of Chixie. You sent a Husky vid on Discord? I will look at the Husky vid on Discord right now, because it is indeed break time. So, let me just open Groove's music player to start up the break music. Alright, I'll play till the end of Lofted Gunpile. And then we'll come back. Okay. We'll be back with Tyzias, which is honestly my favorite route, I think, so far. It's so fucking good. Okay. Without further ado, I need a break. Okay. 5 minutes. Alright. Hello. We are back. And yes, I looked at the Husky vid. And now that reference that you were making makes sense. Okay. It's Tyzias time. I'm so excited. Ah. Yes, and there's a gorgeous original song, and as usual, take a look at the credits after finished with all this jazz. Just up ahead, you see a troll leaving her hive, muttering to herself. She's holding an unstable mountain of papers and books with one arm, using her free arm to hold a mug steady. She isn't paying attention to you, which is fine. Don't get it twisted, you'd love to make another friend. You just understand now that it's a weird, flighty thing. Some trolls you mesh with, some you don't. In a mushroom house? Yeah, the other one in the back is kind of shaped like a mushroom. You smile at her just in case, but when she walks right by you without stopping, you shrug. This planet is chock full of friendable weirdos. You'll live. Oh, time to constantly say mood. There's some pretty good ones in here, yeah. You only take a few more steps before the sound of her absolutely eating shit on the sidewalk makes you turn. It happens fast enough so you only really see the aftermath of appending books and papers raining down in an impressively wide circle around her. Ah, globes. Damn ass rock. She sits up, but that's as far as she bothers to get. After taking a sip from her mug, which somehow must have stayed level in her grip during her fall, she sighs and gets to work gathering it all back up with her free hand. Yeah, this checks out. Another thing that would happen to me. It's not like I have anything else to be doing. You've seen a teen movie or two in your day. You know this trope. The cool kid helps the unpopular nerd after they fall like a chump and embarrass themselves. Then slowly the pair establishes trust. By the time the credits roll, they've gone and fallen in love. Not that you necessarily want to fall in love, or that you're under the delusion that you are in any way cooler than her, but still, it's tried and true. And also, like, a pretty standard decent person thing to do. So, like the decent person you hope to be, you skedaddle on over. You stop short just in front of her wide-flung ring of items. You want to make sure she's not going to yell at you or murder you or anything before you interfere. What? Joke, I busted ass. I know it's a scene. Well, what are you waiting for? Be a good bystander and stop standing by. She gestures kind of all around her, and that's confirmation enough. You bend to pick up a heavy-looking book, and there it is, emblazoned right on the cover. A gavel. A humongo fucker of a judgment implement too, with spines all around the handle. Dread creeps up your spine. You slowly slide your gaze from the book's cover to its owner. She doesn't have any ostentatiously blood-color themed clothes on, though wow, she is sporting socks and sandals. Maybe you are cooler than her after all. But the very prominent eye bags are tinged teal. Ah, globes. A lawyer. It's not that you don't appreciate your one lawyer friend for who he is. It's just, you aren't sure you have it in you to sneak your way into the heart of another. You got kinda lucky the last time. You got kinda lucky last time. The scales of judgment in your heart start weighing your chances. Uh-oh, keep standing there, paralyzed by choice. You kind of can't look away from that gavel. Those spines could really stab a person's skull right open, huh? Wow. Thanks for all the standing around and staring assistance. It's really helping a lot. Definitely can't do that on my own. You're still stuck on the image. She stands up, grumbling, and snatches the book out of your grasp. She turns, waving a dismissive hand at you. Never mind. Now you're just in my way. She doesn't tell you to leave, but she stops acknowledging you, which you figure is pretty much the same thing. You were iffy about this one from the start, but damn, it turns out rejection still stings. Game over. Look at that pointy, pointy, pointy gavel. Okay, let's give that one more shot. Okay. Pick up some more papers. Let's keep being helpful. You start making neat piles of all her stuff. After watching you for a second like she's making sure you're not screwing it up, she dramatically heaves herself to her feet and joins the effort. I don't have time for this shit. Make sure you keep the B-34s together in my red folder. You look down at your current pile. B. That's the one with a little hook on top, right? Or is that G? Sweat pricks at your temples. You've picked up a little bit of written Alternian here and there, but you're still not anywhere near competent at it. He is 10 times cooler. She's fucking amazing. I love her so much. Y'all will see why. Sifting through the papers, you search for anything familiar. You make out a few words, but there are just a lot of those little guys on these papers, and you've got performance anxiety. Oh, right. You probably still can't read. You look up at her, startled. How can she tell? Well, I mean, you don't look much like a troll. It isn't exactly a gargantuan mental leap to assume that you're not from around here. But also, I've heard about you. You straighten up. Any press is good press when it comes to friends discussing you, right? Teals talk. Oh! Unfortunately. Oh. She puts her mug down on the ground and picks up a fallen book, talking as she flips to whatever page she's looking for. That little asshole is going to have even more unfortunate crap to say to me when he finds out I set us all back by dropping half our group project in a ditch. She paces in flustered circles until she finds a bookmark among the debris. Flicking a wet leaf off of it, she shoves it in the open spine of the book and slams it closed. Group projects. Ugh. Awful. Awful little nightmares. I know, she is super chill and I love her too. Whatever. I can't think about that yet. Gotta get all this back in order first. Right, yeah, the ordering of stuff. You keep at it, doing the best you can to keep similar looking things together. You can feel her eyes on your back and you turn to face judgment. You've basically got it right, actually. He did say you were quick at the draw. I'm Tyzias, by the way. She doesn't so much smile at you as grimace. It mostly looks pleased, as exhausted expressions go. That's as good friendship building material as any other. You've certainly started with worse than being complimented. The breeze plays at the ends of her frizzy hair, ruffling a few pages while it's at it. Now that you aren't frantically trying to prove your helpfulness and have a moment to think, you don't know if the sidewalk is the best place to be starting from scratch with a whole filing system. You open your mouth to tell her just as much when a huge papa gust follows in Breeze Jr.'s wake, blowing the neat stack back into chaos. Mother grubbing. She sinks slowly back down in the snow globe of paper, taking a long sip from her mug sitting next to her, and then tilts her head back and unleashes a single deep gut holler. Big mood. You scuttle around, catching documents out of the air until the gust is gone. It's not that Tyzias doesn't seem capable, it's just that she seems a bit burnt out. You know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of your rope. So now that you have half a swinging grab at a handle on things here, you feel like it's your turn to do the heavy friendship lifting. Okay. Offer to help her organize it all somewhere with less of a breeze risk. Hey, your night is pretty wide open. You wouldn't mind moving this operation to a less windy location and getting it together for real. And twice? That's a typo. Yeah. Alright. She sits there kind of dazedly, so you take over. It feels nice to be useful, even if you're not super confident about your skills. You at least know how to make a mean pile. After you make a handful of them, she moves to join in the effort, so you shoosh her back down. You're a helpful McHelper person, and you have got it. She makes a non-committal noise and watches you work. You try not to feel too bad when she winces at a few of your sorting decisions. She doesn't stop you, at least. She scrunches up her face and yawns, which catches you off guard. Man, she really is white. You look away from her to the paper you were about to grab, but it's not there. Maybe it blew away. Maybe it blew into another stack? Or you picked it up already and forgot? Yeah, that's probably right. Anyway, she had her eyes closed, so she didn't notice. It'll be fine. Famous last words. Once you have everything kinda together, you help her to her feet. You're pretty sure that that was her hive she just walked out of, so you ask if you should go there. No, I was headed to the book hive. I can take you there. She seems to rally a bit, now that it's her turn to lead the way. She picks up a hefty stack of her things, balances her mug on top of it all, and starts walking. Move it or lose it. It being the opportunity to engage in some really tedious micromanagement. Oh, jeez. It's a hell of a quirk. At least it's readable. Mostly. micromanagement the first time I played this game. It took me about, you know, a good few extra seconds to be like, what the fuck does that say? Tyzias is such a mood. I love her. There's no choice to be had, really. You move it. The Book Hive is an imposing building, and inside are a series of rooms opening off a central atrium. You walk past one open set of double doors showing off a full room of weird statues and display cases, and another one bright with the light of dozens of display screens humming with electricity. Further around the curve of the room, you pass a room full of brains in jars? It really looks like brains in jars. There's another still, a windowless one, ostentatiously secured with multiple padlocks and what looks like a retina scanner. There are a bunch of trolls in each room, and as you keep passing doors, you realize they're almost all teal bloods. Are they the nerd cast? Wow, harsh. I mean, yeah, though. We kind of are. I know plenty of gold bloods who spend their nerd energy ruining the internet from their basements, and blue bloods usually have their own personal jerk-off book hives. Oh, their own. And no, they missed the extra W's on there, but of course they put the extra W's on the word where you don't even pronounce the W. Anyway. And they're always outliers, I guess. But yeah, between us and the Jades, the Book Hive is blue-green dweeb city. W. Quirk it. Also, the Jades are also the big fucking nerds. Oh my god, I love that so much. While I'm paused, I'll take a second to point out the art on the wall in the background. The one on the very far right is pretty clearly the Condis. Big pitchfork, tall horns. That's her. Now the one underneath the window, that's behind Tyzias's mug. It seems to be like it looks red glare-ish, maybe just a generic legislacerator uniform. Tyzias keeps moving like this is nothing new. To her, you guess it isn't. She pushes a creaky wooden door open to reveal a large study room full of bookshelves and furniture. There are even a few weird-looking ferns decorating the place. In here are a bunch of trolls, some reading, many on their computers. You dump the stuff you lugged here onto one of the tables. The sound echoes in there, and a handful of trolls look your way. Yikes. You hope your presence won't be too conspicuous. You're probably fine. Unless you get horny for... unless anyone gets horny for acting grown and wants a bounty. But you're with... Missed the quirk on the with. But you're with me, so they probably won't mess with you. You're a little surprised by that. Tyzias, who has slumped down in a chair and is stolidly reorganizing her piles, doesn't exactly give off the brawler aura. No, like they know I'll talk to them. Like they know I'll talk them out of it. Or whine at them about leaving me alone until they do. That makes you feel safe enough. So, time to do some old-fashioned organization. What is this big project anyway? Just some bullshit. She stops and cuts her eyes around the room, but no one is still paying attention, as far as you can see. She starts speaking again, quieter. An assignment for one of my legislacerator training courses. We're supposed to choose a prosecutable offense from the scrolls of evisceration and list all potential... She must be able to sense your eyes glazing over at the idea of another long and not parsable legal jargon ramble, because she cuts herself off there. It's barely worth describing. Grub school level, honestly, but it's extremely fucking tedious to research and then annotate. Especially when you can't find sources that haven't been scrubbed nice and fuchsia. Anyway, as long as we get things in the right folders in the right order, we should be good for now. Sounds good enough to you. Plenty of time to keep chatting and getting to know each other. Though, she said this was a group project, right? Where are her group members? Shouldn't they be contributing? Ha, like I'd let them. Just kidding. I'm very good at allowing people to help me. She grits her teeth and nods at you, masterfully setting aside the papers labeled with the letter that looks like a little microscope. Case in point. Anyway, they did their parts already. I just want to make sure to add the finishing touches. Right then, you hear approaching footsteps. It had better not be some high blood you gotta take out. You mean, you'll do it if you have to. It's tried and true. You're just not sure how well this dynamic duo would fare in that case. Once again, brace yourselves. We have another incoming friend. Fuck, I just went to take a sip of water and then I spilled on my desk again. Like, I'm using a fucking mug this time. I'm not even using the wonky water bottle that is prone to doing that. Fuck. Oh well. You stop scanning the room for potential bludgeoning material when you see Tyzias' expression go from regular tired to tired and annoyed, but not in fear of mortal peril. You hear him speak right as you start to turn. Ta-da! I mean, it's not too surprising, is it? No need to be scared. It's just fucking Tagora. How the mighty fall, and into a mud puddle it seems. At least my associate seems to be picking up after you fairly efficiently. Fuck off, Sorgor. We'll have it together in time. You sure you don't require any assistance? I'd have to raise my rate from my original offer, but you know it still stands. You did your part already. So spare me both your sales pitch and your company before you give me a second acid tube ulcer. A second acid tube ulcer. God, in reference to there possibly being a first, I'm guessing from stress. This poor child. Oh right, you need to do those final edits of yours. Subtextual anti-establishment agendas don't insert themselves after. Subtextual anti-establishment agendas don't insert themselves after all. Suit yourself. See you in class. They give each other an identical but inscrutable hand signal. If the huff of perturbation from a nearby jade is any indication, it's gotta be something vulgar. They both say perish to each other, which like... ugh. He smirks and raises his eyebrows at you as he turns to go. Come by later? You nod. You open your mouth to be nosy, but Tyzias sees it coming a mile away. May I just say that I fucking adore the friendship that they have? I know, right? Perish, of all things. Oh my god. Inserting anti-establishment agendas. Subtextual anti-establishment agendas. Like, is that a thing they're doing for grades, or is that just something that they're doing to be subtextually rebellious? Like, What, you never had a class friend? Someone who does good work but is miserable to hang out with? I mean, like, she calls it that, but if they have a little farewell, then that strikes as a little more rapport than just someone who you think is good to do schoolwork with. I don't have time to waste on more than one quadrant or on lying to you, so don't blow a brain gasket. When you think you have all the troll dynamics down, you gotta make room for that cursed bastard nuance. Anyway, you guess it makes sense. You and your troll friends have all kinds of weird vibes with each other, too. Whatever works. That's another fucking typo. There's a lot of typos in this one. Damn. Exactly. Here, exactly. You go back to happily sorting. Tyzias rolls her shoulders and starts leafing through your piles. Where's my... Have you seen a handwritten page? It should be here. She starts double-checking herself. Her pace doesn't so much as escalate as it does intensify. Her whole body becomes almost graceful with efficiency. You got everything, right? I thought I watched where it all went. I could have sworn I saw it land. You can help her redo a lost page. It shouldn't be too hard to recreate it. That doesn't help. She glares at you and starts forcefully whispering, still double-checking piles without looking, like she knows them by touch. You don't understand. Those were my personal notes on an extremely sensitive topic I discovered while researching. I was only planning on using it to inform my stance, not turn it in with the rest. It's not here. She stops her futile search, downs the rest of whatever's in her mug, and holds her head in her hands. I'm fucked. I might as well lay down right here until moss grows on my desiccated body. Oh, that's very dramatic. Oh dear. That's dramatic. You don't want to blame her or anything, especially since it is possibly sort of your fault it's lost, but you still want to give her hope. Maybe next time she could use Gorgle Docs. It wouldn't blow away, and it has collaboration settings. You've used them with... Her head pops back up, her features slack. I can't use Gorgle Docs for this. Are you listening? That's the whole point. You know who owns that, right? Every document is monitored. Analog is the only way to do anything, unless you know how to get me onto the dark web, which I fucking doubt. If someone found it, if my handwriting is recognized, I'm dead. Then I'll never be able to... She trails off, just sort of slumped in her seat, staring into the void. Shit, you really fucked up. Try to... Never gonna be able to what? You admit to her that you may have allowed one page to blow away when you weren't paying attention, and that it could possibly have been that one. Great. I can't believe I was stupid enough to let someone else handle things. I was just so tired. Her shoulders start to shake a bit. Oh no. She doesn't cry, but you almost wish she would. The way she just keeps blinking back her tears and hiding her face with her arm is worse. It feels invasive to watch, and thankfully it doesn't last. She sniffs once, clears her throat, and wipes her face with her sleeve. Silently, she stacks all her things back in a pile. Okay, I need to retrace my steps. Maybe it hasn't been spotted yet. Maybe it'll be okay. It won't, but oh well. You reach to help, desperate to fix the situation, but she gingerly picks your hand off one of her books and drops it in your lap. Your stomach sinks to join it. No, don't worry. I've got it. She wrestles it all into a precarious heap in her arms. It wobbles once as she makes her way steadily to the door, but she catches it herself. Head high, she keeps walking. She doesn't look back. Tyzie is too tired to kill anyone. I mean, yeah, and I don't think that culling is really her thing anyway. You know? Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh my god. Okay. Home stretch, folks. Home stretch. Let's load up. Hello. Page 4. Page 4. Why won't it? There we go. Suggest that a small breather might help. You know a breaking point when you see one. You weren't expecting it so early in a potential friendship encounter, but still. It's clear that this troll needs some time to chill. This is a mess, yeah? She swings the pendulum of her chin over to glare deadened knives at your guts. Okay, yes, it's a mess, but it seems like maybe, just perhaps, it would be best to sort of put a pin in it all. To suck air in and out of your insufflation sacs of our... Am I even reading that word right? Insufflation? Yeah, whatever. To suck air in and out of our insufflation sacs or whatever and just get it together for a minute. No group project were ever aced when the clear leader was not at her peak mental performance. She wrinkles up her nose and closes her eyes. You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Not all of it, of course. But this night specifically, and everything anyone I know or have thought extensively about out before in my life. Biggest mood. So that just leaves you. What do you have in mind, friend? Because I'm all out of ideas. That word still does a number on you, no matter how many times you hear it used flippantly. You have an idea already, so you hurriedly gather her shit into extremely unorganized piles. Cadence. Reading out loud. I'm gonna read you that line. You have an idea already, so you hurriedly gather her shit into extremely unorganized piles, which she drops off in her house to deal with later. You half expect her to just not come back out, but she does. She kept only one heavily annotated tome and her mug, which she nods at when she speaks. I know, but these are for just in case. Anyway, do your worst. With a salute and a few gentle tugs at Tyzias' sleeve to keep her moving, you get going. You and your Alternian pals have taken turns leading each other to some pretty wild places in your time here. The place you take Tyzias to, though, is somewhere you haven't shared with anyone. It's where you come back to on days where you can't find a friend, or don't want to impose on any of the ones you've made. It's on the outskirts of town, where the buildings are spread thinner until the landscape cuts upward into a jagged cliff face. Bolted into the side of the rocks is a tower, or what's left of one. It's basically a heap of scaffolding and rusted-out ladders holding up a half-covered platform, but it's been a good place to staunch bleeding and stargaze. Do I give off an outdoorsy vibe to you? Does my half-untucked button-up and pouchy muscle mass scream would love to scurry up a dilapidated relic? Oh geez, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Sneak Cat, that is awful. You'd worry about her hating your plan, but you kinda get the feeling she'd complain no matter where you took her, and at this point, the die is cast. So heave ho, you say. It's stronger than it looks. You offer to hold her stuff for her during the ascent. She gives you the book, but clutches the mug against her chest. You know better than to pry, but you're dying a little wondering why she's so weird about it. Unless she's got liquor made from viscera in there. Or maybe her Lucis gave her that mug so it's special. Could be both. You shrug and start climbing. Like you thought she would, she follows you. And like before, she complains about it the whole time. And like the structure itself, you both weather it fine. At the top, she looks around. Is this your hive? It's more like a hideout. You still feel a little shy about it. It's not as fancy as your friends' hives, and you don't have any weird animal parent to make you snacks or anything. There are only little keepsakes you've picked up along the way, set up on a creaky old table next to complicated old tech you couldn't get to power on. This must be an old watchtower. from when that was a part of her imperial bitchiness's preferred method of surveillance. Her imperial bitchiness. We got some treason here. I'm loving it though. I fucking love Tyzias, and I love all of her subtle hints at being anti-establishment. She runs a hand over the dusty screen. Oh, Trizza? You learned about her? No. Her bigger, badder, off-world counterpart, the Condis. Ah. You look at the rusted barrel of some terrifying weapon mounted in the corner, and then out over the landscape and sprawling town. In the distance, smoke rises from a freshly demolished hive. Glinting in the moonlight, drones circle it like buzzards. It's been like this here for a while, then. You sit down, your legs dangling off the side of the platform. Tyzias joins you, a safe distance away from the edge. That's one hell of an understatement. But yeah, we've got a time-honored status quo in operation here. Streamlined. Efficient. Brutal. Tyzias looks miserable. That's not what you were going for. You summon up the old Roy G. Biv in your head for the 1000th time. She should be safe, right? Teals are middle class? And anyway, she's a lawyer. She's got the powers that be on her side. Saying so doesn't seem to cheer her up at all. I mean, you're not wrong. But being in a position to benefit from the system doesn't make the system more morally palatable. And if I'm being real about it, it's more me being forced to uphold it than anything else. She nods towards the book in your hands. Oh, right. How does this all work, anyway? Can she just not be a lawyer? And aren't there good ones? Yeah, I can quit. If I want to get culled, there's always a choice. She sighs. It's not like I expect suffering to ever stop completely. It just seems like an awful lot of work to make sure it keeps happening. And that's the entire job of a legislacerator. Unless you're purple enough to get away with it, you're just guilty no matter what. It's just a matter of going through all the fanfare of a trial, all for the same result. It's sick, but it's so normal by now that no one knows how to begin questioning it. She looks more exhausted now than she did during the paper explosion, like when you've used up all your sadness and all you have is a deep, broken fatigue. This isn't exactly the rejuvenating getaway you envisioned. There's just so much injustice. You continue to try to be positive. Are there not political parties? Some secret underground movements or anything? Sure, most lowbloods you've met have a healthy, fatalistic nonchalance about their situations, but there's gotta be something else out there. There were a few people who tried to stir shit up back in the day. It's all kinda hushed up and hard to find any information on the history of them, though. Definitely not the kind of thing they teach you in legislacerator training. One was a mutant blood, and the other had wings. So I guess they didn't have much of a chance anyway. That's the Signless and Rufio. You can't imagine this story having a happy ending, but you still want to know more. There's the subtlest shift in her tone of voice now that she's doing more than only complaining. It draws you in. One of them seems to have gathered enough of a following to have become a really kind of religious figure from what little I can find about him. The other one led a military revolt. They both were killed along with their attempts at change. I don't even know what happened to their compatriots. I know, right? This is so fucking good. This is This is the good shit. This is why this is my favorite out of all of them. Among other reasons, but still. She stops to squint at you. I don't know how you got me talking like this, but in the fuck it spirit of the night, I'm just going to keep going. If it wasn't clear, I'm telling you things that can get me extremely cold. So like, please be chill. You're so chill. The chillest. And also probably pretty colorable yourself. Good point. She squints at you a little longer and then stares out into the night. Her jaw muscle clenches a few times before she speaks. I have some ideas. She's still not looking at you, but she sits up a little straighter. You feel your spine following suit almost on its own. All of us training to be legislators like to practice throwing our weight around. Some of us more than others, which I guess you have first-hand experience with. But we don't have much real power yet. We will, though, if we pass our exams. Which I will. I've been staying up most days studying every documented piece of the law and some underground stuff too when I can find it. There are exploitable loopholes they don't know about. If I can establish myself as a major player, I might have a chance to change things. Some things you can only take apart from the inside out. By now, she's built up a fevered energy, even with the sluggish way she talks. When you shift in your seat, she kind of snaps out of it. Oh, sorry. Guess I got a little worked up. I don't exactly get to talk about this very often. It's kind of overwhelming to think about how fucked every little thing is all the time. What a big mood! Oh my god, that's like the mood of the fucking century. Feel that so frequently. But now that I see it clearly, I can't not do something. Also big mood. It's like Alternia is a giant fire and I'm pissing on a tiny corner of it while the rest of everything burns up around me. Honestly, that feeling. Still, big mood. Ugh. Your brain is buzzing with how real all that felt. You can't really add anything to it, so you just nod. Are things less abysmal where you're from? Ooh, boy. In ways, yeah. At home, the accused is called a defendant, at least. As in, they get a defense. Her eyes brighten. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Does your justice system work? You exhale slowly, trying to buy yourself time to encapsulate all of your planet's various cultures, societal structures, and similarly overwhelming list of injustices into an intelligent blurb. You settle on, not always, not for everyone. Her laugh is short and hollow. So much for enlightened life forms existing somewhere in the universe. You guess until a more kind and just alien life form comes to take over, you'll have to make do with each other. Yeah, you're not so bad. I'll take an oppressive regime with you anytime. I'll take on an oppressive regime with you anytime. She gives your arm an awkward tap with her fist, then looks back out over the edge. Anyway, I'm no religious figure or military strategist. There's gotta be someone out there who is. Gotta use what skills I have instead, I guess, until I find them. What the fuck else would I do with my time? Keep pissing on the fire is the best anybody can do, you reckon? That and get others hydrated enough to do the same. She laughs. Keep on pissing, huh? I'll drink to that. Which is a meme reference, which I fucking love. I'll link something in a minute. She takes a big swig from her mug. After a beat, she silently and without looking at you extends her arm your way. You stare in the mug's depths, a little unnerved. It doesn't look like viscera, but you've been burned before. It won't kill you. You're not sure what it will do, but Tyzias is truthful, if nothing else. So, bottoms up. What the fuck? It's water. Oh, that's a good guess though, Sneak Cat, but nope. Tyzias grins and taps her temple with a claw. Gotta give the people something. Otherwise, they might think I'm the way I am on my own. Then where would we be? You don't know. Letting people in can be helpful. You don't know. Letting people in can be helpful, sometimes. Shh. Shh. I'm fine. You're not convinced. Okay, I'll admit it. It's not a bad idea to relax every once in a while. Get your priorities straight. This was a decent time. You're glad she's glad, but you mostly just talked the whole time about the same stuff that she was overwhelmed by to begin with. Does that even count? You learned a lot, but she still looks pretty wiped. As soon as you think that, she yawns. She's so driven. You shiver a bit when you imagine what she could do if she took the time to rest for real. You pat the pile of blankets next to you. It's no bed, or tub of soap or slime for that matter, but it's gotten you through enough. How does water affect trolls? I don't know, I think they just drink it. I think it's just the same as humans for that one. She looks warily at it and yawns again. I guess my Lucis and my mate spirit will just think I'm at the book hive anyway. One little nap won't hurt. I'll get up early tomorrow and reorganize our stupid busy work project. She tentatively lowers herself down onto the blankets. Her eyes close for a brief second before they snap open again, glaring at you with full force. Don't doubt me either. I've got it under control. Oh, you have zero doubts in her abilities, you say. She curls back up against herself, and a small rattle of contentedness shakes in her throat. Out in the distance, the blaze has dimmed to a thin plume of smoke. You hope whoever's hive it was is okay. You're not sleepy, so you'll keep watch to make sure she gets up by sunrise. You tilt your head back and look up at the unfamiliar constellations. Your head feels full. It's intense, and not exactly what you'd call happy, but you know you're feeling it with her, and that's far from nothing. Victory. And that's Tyzias. That is Tyzias in full, and that is why she's my official fave. Like, Skyla, I'm sorry. Branya, I'm sorry. Ramel, I'm sorry. Tyzias just completely swept me off my feet with, like, this fucking root. Just, wow. That was just, like, fucking phenomenally written. I love her, and I love her so much. Okay, credits, as usual. Yeah, again, same folks. Ash Paulson, Cindy Dominguez, Julian Dominguez, producers. So Chixie was written by Aisha Ufera, and Lalo Hunt did Tyzias. So Lalo Hunt seems to be the go-to for Teal Bloods so far, because she's also the one who wrote Tagora, and she hasn't written any other roots. Again, oh no, I got mixed up. It's Adrienne Garcia for the character and coloring this time. That was Adrienne Garcia. And UI designer David Turnbull. Musicians. So James Roach did Chixie's song, which was an original called It Be Like That Sometimes. Oh, Polypa, still your favorite, no questions asked. That's fair. Polypa, is another fave of mine. I have too many favorites. I couldn't even remember them all, honestly. Yes, and Tyzias' theme is called Single Female Lawyer. It's by Alexander Rossetti. But, I mean, maybe it was from an album. Let me just Google that song real quick. I'm not really getting much Google search results. Okay, not getting a heck of a lot here. So I'm guessing that it is actually still an original song. All of the other Alexander Rossetti songs have not been originals. They've all been from other Homestuck albums. Which is why I get the feeling that Single Female Lawyer is not a new song. Sorry, I've been using the wrong word. I'm saying originals. Well, they're all original by Alexander Rossetti. But this one is not specifically for Friendsim, I don't think. I don't know. None of the other ones have been. Oh, okay, so they messed up something in the coding here when they updated the game because they've got the credits for Eldred's theme in twice. Mint Chipleaf did game design and programming for, this one again. And the same quality assurance. So that's the credits for today, or for that volume. And that's all for today, folks. And, holy fuck, doing the Friendsim stream was a nice way to relax and, like, kind of forget about what's happening around me. But now that I'm back to reality, holy shit, I'm taking off for camp in, like, one day. Like, the 26th, I'm fucking off to the races, and I have one day to pack all my shit. Oh my god. My mom's getting me up early tomorrow because I still have to get a fucking police check. Oh god, I think I'm just gonna go to bed. I could maybe stay up a little later and do some more work on, like, my packing list or, like, you know, other stuff. Arts programming, but, like, I'm just going to fucking bed. Okay, so... And of course that means that this is the last stream until, like, September. Like, fuck. Wow. Just to the end. Oh no. Well, if you give me 30 seconds to sign off, the whole video recording will be freshly ready for you to, watch in the Twitch video player. It'll all be ready. Where's where the fuck did I put my phone? Oh my god, duh, I'm literally using it to look at chat. But yeah, man, I messaged you the circumstances so y'all know what's up. Yep. It sure is fucking happening. I sure am fucking taking off. Yeah, and I'll basically be, like, not online at all during that time as well as not streaming. Oh my. But that's that. Well then, guess there's no use in delaying the inevitable. Time for me to sign off. Oh, you were asleep. Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense if you were asleep when I started. Oh my. Oh. Well. It's weird to be signing off for a month, but that's what's up. Alright, I'm gonna stop putting it off. Okay. Thanks so much for hanging out. And thanks so much to all y'all who have been hanging out so consistently. Or, you know, whenever you can, you come and show. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate conversations that we're able to have in chat. I really appreciate just, you know, even if you're just a silent watcher, doesn't participate in the chat. I really appreciate just, you know, being able to hang out with y'all. You know, I noticed, I don't really, you know, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the numbers of the Homestuck streams. I just kind of automatically change the number every time. But those fucking Homestuck streams, like, there have been 73 of them so far. 73 streams. That's like actually a fucking lot of time, you know? Like, I come back in September, we got a couple months of streaming, and then it's the 1-year anniversary, which is so wild to me. Even just having done it this long, this has been 8, so let's see, 6 months, no, 7, plus December. No, that doesn't make sense. 9 months. Yeah. I've been doing this for 9 months. That's like the longest I've ever kept up a project like this. I normally am not very good at continuing these sorts of projects. I normally am just kind of like, I start things up and I tend to drop them, like they lose steam pretty quickly. But this is, you know, the consistency of this is like, it's very different for me, and I'm very happy that it's worked out this way. So, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Appreciate y'all very much. And I hope that you will be able to come back and hang out again when I return in September. Yes, I did start right from Act 1. I started streaming in like late October of last year. Right from the beginning of Act 1. So yes, it's taken a long time to get right here, which is almost to the end. I feel so bad that I'm having to break this off. Like, we just started the retcon timeline, and like, it's such a pivotal moment in the comic. But I gotta fucking go. But yes, I did start right from Act 1, way back. Yeah. Anyway, pardon my slightly mushy rant. I really gotta sign off because I'm just gonna go right to bed. I gotta get up real early tomorrow to get everything done that I need done. Fuck, I don't even know what my flight time is gonna be. That's how last minute this is. They haven't even booked the flight yet. Like, they haven't even told me, like, any flight information or anything like that. I have no fucking clue what's happening. Anyway, we'll take that as it comes. But first, I need to get some sleep. So, thank you all for hanging out. And I will see you all in September. Have a lovely day, lovely rest of your day, folks. Good night.